Hey guys, this is going to be my first deployment vlog. My husband's been gone 3 days. I can kind of keep track with how many days because, he left, when the day I was ovulating. So whatever day DPO I am is how many days he's been gone. So he's been gone 3 days because I was 3 DPO today. And, yeah, it was, sad saying goodbye to him again. We dropped him off really late on Thursday, really late on Thursday. It was like 11:30 at night. Brayden thought it was like a party because he was like, I'm up really late and I get to play with other kids. Awesome. So he was, a little ball of energy really late. But then he started getting cranky near the end when the bus came to pick up Denver. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, I was going to explain our situation. This is our first deployment, but he left for this deployment originally June 30th, and the only reason he came back like a month later is because there was an accident in Afghanistan. I'm not going to say how it started, but there was a fire. Just because it's under investigation, I'm not allowed to say what happened exactly. But there was a fire in the barracks, and my husband was on duty, so he was the first to see the fire. And so, he started running up and down the hallways, trying to wake everybody up, banging on all their doors because they were all asleep. So he got pretty much everybody out. 2 guys who had just gotten back from whatever they were doing. I think they're driving someone somewhere, but they were so tired they did not wake up, and so they died. I think of smoke inhalation. I'm not 100% sure though. And one guy did get out, and this was Denver's best friend. He did get out, but he was a dog handler, and the dog is part of the team, and I think he was higher ranking than everybody. So the dog handler, Chris, he went back in to try to save the dog, and we lost all 3. Out of 16 guys, we now have 13 left. And since it was in barracks, all their personal gear, their military gear, and all their ammunition was also held in the barracks. They lost everything. So they had to send the boys back and to get refitted because they weren't gonna send them back originally, but then they figured rather than put off their mission a whole month, getting their measurements and then sending it back here and then getting everything done here and then sending it back over there, it would take a lot longer than if they just sent them here and got everything done within a week or 2 and then sent them back and they could just start right away. So they sent them home for 2 weeks. It was originally going to be just like a week and a half, but then we got hit by Hurricane Irene, so then they postponed it. Let's see. So yeah, they left again on Thursday. It was a lot harder to say goodbye this time, especially for Denver saying goodbye to Brayden, because the day he got home, Brayden had just started walking 2 days before, so he got to see him walk, and his dad was in the hospital, ended up going in the hospital, right before he got home, and stayed there for the majority of the time Denver was home, so he was able to go see his dad, and we were lucky to have him home around my ovulation time, so we were able to try to conceive. So that was a blessing, a blessing in disguise, light under a very dark time. But Brayden and him were actually able to really bond as a father and son, not as his baby, but as his son. They were able to play and they built stuff together. Brayden has little toy screws, and Denver was putting stuff together because we got a couple pieces of furniture. while he was home, and they put stuff together, and like they did a lot of boy stuff. They played around outside, and it was awesome. And he was, had a really hard time saying goodbye after that. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I miss him a lot. Especially after all this happened. When he first left, I was kind of like in denial, like, nothing can happen, nothing's gonna happen, because I've had quite a few friends in the military go and deploy and nothing ever happened to them. So I was just like, he'll be fine, there's nothing to worry about. But, not even a month over there, and we've lost 3 boys, and, not even because of war, for like the most unthinkable thing you would think that would happen over there in a war zone. Like when your husband or your son or daughter or friend deploys, you don't really think that, you don't really think about something happening unrelated to the deployment. So that was really scary, and so now I'm kind of like, I don't have the most optimistic outlook for this deployment. 1 month in, we've already lost some boys, and so the knowledge of the risk over there is so much greater, and always in the back of my mind that I'm scared. I really truly am. And I can't imagine how our 3 fallen Marines families feel. I know one of them had a son named Jack. And I can't imagine being in his wife's shoes. I can't even imagine. And I think he's 2 years old, so, around Brayden's age, and I can't imagine raising a child after losing my husband alone. But we did raise money for Jack, and now his college is completely paid for. We raised a lot of money for him, and so that was really wonderful. So yeah, I'm scared, I'm nervous, and Brayden's, now he's like, even just in just a month, Brayden has grown so much that he is understanding, where's my dad? He's like, where'd he go? Where's my buddy? He's, where's this guy I've been playing with, for the past couple weeks? Because he's been extra cranky since Denver's been gone, and I think that's what it has to do with. I think it's, because his dad's gone and he hasn't seen or heard from him. We haven't seen or heard from him. We haven't heard from him since. We haven't gotten a phone call yet. So yeah. So it's been hard, but I'll get through it. We'll get through it, and I'm sure he will be fine. And that's all I can try to. I'm trying to look positively, think positively, but right now it's so fresh that it's hard. So yeah. Oh, and what is with Marines and wives of deployed men? I don't get it. It's like, as soon as they leave, there's like available is written across my forehead. Going to freaking Walmart, a Marine comes up to me and starts saying really vulgar things. And I have wedding ring on my hand, a name tape with my husband's name on it, and a child on my hip. What about me looks available? I think it's the whole statistics things, or not statistics, stereotyping thing, that all Marine wives cheat on their husbands. I don't fall into that stereotype. I don't. I am a loyal wife. A real Marine wife is loyal to her husband. Semper Fidelis. We follow that too. Always faithful. That's my duty. I don't serve my country. I serve my husband, who serves our country. my duty is to him, and to take care of him, take care of his child, take care of his home, and, take care of things while he's gone. And I'm not going to go screw around while he's gone and disrespect him like that while he is doing the most noble thing I can think of. So, I'm not a big fan. I do see it. I live on base, and I live around a whole bunch of Marine wives and who are very vocal about their husbands being gone. And you see men coming out of their houses all the time. Like my neighbor. Disgusting. I can't stand her. She has men. I've seen more men coming out in and out of her house than I can count on my hands and my toes. And you know what's going on. Her husband's been gone for a year, and she's not shy about it. She, does the whole, my husband's gone, feel sad for me, and then you see men coming in and out. Like, for real. I don't put a yellow ribbon outside my house just because I don't like to, spread the word that I'm home alone, my husband's gone, because it's just not safe. You do hear, very rarely, but you do hear about on-base rapes occasionally, just because, wives do, put it out there, like, hey, like they announce to the whole entire universe, my husband's gone, come and invade my house. No, like none of y'all know where I live. There's a million houses here. None of you guys know where I live, and nobody here knows my husband's deployed, except for maybe my neighbor and a few friends. I don't put anything on my car. There's I see people with the on their car bumper stickers like half my heart's in Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever. I don't have any of that. I don't have a yellow ribbon on my anywhere outside of my house. I mean, I just don't announce it. It's a safety risk. I have to make sure everything's safe for me and my child. It's just not worth it. I know my husband's deployed. I'm proud of him, and I don't need other people to know that my husband's gone. I mean, if it comes up in conversation, then maybe I'll say something, to a woman, maybe, but probably not to a man. Not that I'm really going around talking to men, but sometimes cash registers, how you doing? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm really sad, my husband's gone, he's deployed. Really? I've seen women do that. I mean, it's ridiculous. What else? So yeah, men just around here, around the base town, are disgusting. They will pick you out. I don't know how they know, but they will pick you out her husband's gone. Let's go get her. I bet she's DTF. Let's go talk to her. No, I'm not. I really don't care. Let's see what else. I'm really looking forward to talking to Denver. I miss him a lot. It's only been 3 days. I find that when he's gone, when he's gone for training or whatever, I'm always sitting around the phone and the computer waiting for the first phone call. Once I get the first phone call or first email, I'm fine. I'll go out and not worry about my phone and not worry about my computer and missing something, because, I know I'm going to have other opportunities to talk to him, and I know I'll get it. Excuse me. But the first phone call for me is vital. Hey baby, I'm here, I'm safe, I miss you. That's all I want to hear. And Brayden seems to do better when he hears his daddy's voice. When he first left, he did get cranky as well, but not this cranky at the very beginning. But then once we started Skyping and getting phone calls, and so he could see his dad and hear his voice, he started doing a lot better. It's kind of like seeing him in person, just not as, much, or he can't really interact too much. So I'm excited to get the first phone call. I saw he was online earlier today on Skype, but I guess some reason he couldn't talk. So I don't know what's going on with that. So I guess he's somewhere where he has internet. I don't know if he's where he's supposed to be at right now, but or another airport somewhere in the world, because he has a lot of different pit stops before he gets to where he's going. See what else. It's Labor Day weekend. No real plans. We were gonna go home to Virginia, but we decided not to, just because money's tight this paycheck. because replacing all of Denver's gear, we didn't, you know, the military didn't